The bank was set up, from the beginning to challenge the big guys. So there was a big feeling from the country that they were being ripped off effectively. So we entered the market to challenge the status quo. That was the beginning. So where we are today, we're now more about challenging ourselves. We've done that first bit, and we're all about really challenging the way banking is done. There's a lot of innovation, a lot of leading in technology, putting customers right at the front so they're empowered to do what they need to do. We think of ourselves as a direct bank with a human face.
It's not just been trying to build from nothing to a small bank that can do everything that everyone else can do. It's trying to do something different, and that's kind of where the real opportunity is at Kiwibank. It's about trying to do something different for customers, but also the way that we do banking, because banking's been the same for so long that we've got a real opportunity to challenge it.
That's the cause that I noticed immediately when I joined Kiwibank, that was quite different. And I notice it not only in the words that we say, but also around the management table that drives the conversation, that drives the decisions that are made. And so I think there's a direct impact on the culture, and I think the level of goodwill at Kiwibank is the highest I've seen in any organization, where people are just really willing to put their all in and help drive this organization forward just because they believe in that cause. And I think that's something quite special.
The thing I probably need to remind myself of sometimes is that for the 6 years I've been at this bank, there's been some tremendous change. So I started with a team of 2, I've now got a team of 20. We have accomplished incredible things that in any other organisation I've worked for I would never have had the opportunity to do. For example, I've set up a collateral management team, and they manage really complex transactions with interbank counterparties. We do funds administration support for some of our Kiwi saver schemes. We have built a team of professionals, and we've actually, interestingly enough, managed to access some of the overseas talent that wanted to come back to New Zealand and didn't really know what the job opportunities might be. We grabbed them up because, to be honest, they brought with them the depth of experience that we needed to support, what was effectively a growing business.
Well, one of the neat things about the kind of the recruiting process that I went through, that kind of pleasantly surprised, is all the interviews were on phone calls and on Skype. We had 2 Skype interviews, and to be honest, other than the time zone differences where we had to do it late at night, it was actually quite an easy process where you could see face to face through Skype the people you might be working with, and it was a relatively easy interview process. And I think we were done and dusted in about 4 weeks. Wellington especially is such a great place to be right now, so the coffee and cafe culture is fantastic.
Moving here was pretty easy. It's a small town, which is quite nice, but then equally there's so much to do here that it's just really easy to settle in, both at work because of the people here at Kiwibank, and also outside of work because it's just a small place, but it's also easy to get across to places like Australia and Fiji. It's great to talk to my friends about the fact that I'm going to Fiji for a long weekend. It's not really something I can do back home.
In Wellington you've got all these innovative and creative companies, and they're quite small and they're dynamic, but that means we have to be as well. And ultimately there's a great opportunity here to make a much bigger difference, to look back and say, well geez, we built this awesome business. We're still a very young bank compared to banks that have been around 150, 200 years. You can look back and say, I helped build that, that really different, global leader of innovation in these spaces, and that's what New Zealand does in many areas. We've done it in the internet, we've done it in the mobile space, we've won awards globally. We continue to do those things. So you've got an opportunity to be a part of that. And ultimately, the biggest thing that I think that drives people who come here, they don't believe they work for a bank. They believe they work for this wider cause about making a really big difference to New Zealand.